On this extremely windy day, the job that has to be done is to harvest some potatoes. Now, I have dug a few of these potatoes already, as you see here. Now, what I didn't tell you when I planted these potatoes was that some of them were planted from commercial seed and some from my own seed, which I keep myself. I've been keeping my own seed for a number of years. Now, you see here that the potatoes on the left hand side are flowering a lot more and have grown higher, and that's the commercial seed potatoes. So there is a visible difference. The commercial seed potatoes grew for longer, stayed green for longer, and so what I'm going to do today is to dig one row of my own seed and one of the commercial seed to see what the difference in the crop is, to see if the commercial seed potatoes yield a better crop or a larger crop. So digging from my own seed potatoes first, it was a little bit sporadic. Some grew better than others, and so you occasionally strike them where you don't expect. Now, this is one thing you don't want to do, is fork a potato. Forked potatoes won't keep and need to be consumed straight away. But still getting along the row, got a full bucket there, and that's around about 3/4 of the way along the row. It filled pretty much to overflowing by the end of the row, and the size of those potatoes is reasonable. The potatoes that I've grown here are all Dutch creams, both the commercial seed and my own seed. The Dutch cream is a potato that has become very popular here in Tasmania in the last 20 years. So this is the end result from the first row. Now digging the commercial seed potatoes, you'll actually see there that the plants are looking stronger and still have some life in them, even though the leaves have died. Straight away, lifting these plants, you see a lot more potatoes under them. The size is pretty much the same. There is no great difference in the sizes, but there is a lot more potatoes showing under the commercial seed potato. I should say that with the commercial seed, I did cut this seed so that it wasn't whole potatoes planted, but they're actually cut segments with an eye each, whereas with my own seed it was whole potatoes, but they were a lot more inconsistent in size, which I think made a big difference.
It's amazing! This is just amazing! Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha!
More.
Daddy, me did it, me did it! Ha 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 ha! Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Yay! No, not that. That's especially need one more.
Hard up here. Move, please. I can dig where you are.
Sorry, Daddy. I didn't mean to be in the way. That's no right, Dad.
And the last one.
Oh yeah, the last potato.
Yes.
Is that all, Dad?
That's the row. So here's our result. On the right hand is the commercial seed potato crop, and on the left hand is my own seed. Look, overall there is maybe a little bit occasionally bigger potatoes on this commercial seed, but there's some reasonable size here in my own as well. I think there was a few more smaller potatoes. It's generally a result of it trying to set more in the commercial seed, but overall a significantly bigger crop. I haven't weighed them yet. We'll see if we can do that and get a weight. So overall, the result, is it worthwhile? In terms of a bigger yield, it's definitely a worthwhile thing, but you are of course spending money for the seed, so that is a little bit off it. And I think these that came from my own potatoes that I had kept was a fairly good result. The potatoes that came from my own seed I think was fairly good, considering that my seed was probably not nearly as consistent as the commercial seed in size or quality. And I think if you are more careful to select probably potatoes around this sort of size as your seed potato, you'll probably get a better result overall. So weighing in first from my seed, 13.5 kilos. And now from the commercial seed, this is the commercial seed potato, 20.4. I didn't think there was that much difference, but that's 7 kilos. Potato storage, when you've got quite a big crop, can present some issues. I've found these bunker boxes quite good. They're dark and keep the light out, and I drew a few holes in where the light won't get in to provide some ventilation, and they work really well. Ideally, one day I would like to build a root cellar where I can keep them cooler than I do, but I still find the coolest room in the house to keep them, and they will keep quite well, especially this time of year as the temperatures are starting to drop with the approach of autumn. Treat your potatoes gently, don't dump them around because they are prone to bruising. Always keep an eye out too for any damages that you've missed, because they'll rot and send everything else off.
I'm not the... don't want to eat rotten potatoes.
No, we don't want to eat potatoes, Samuel.
That's why you don't put that in here.